Welcome in. Today we're going over how Mr. ApparentlyJack dominates RLCS pros in rank 2s, or something like this will be the title. I'm loading up a replay from his. We're going to watch a 2s game, and I just kind of want to break down what he's doing, what's working, what's not working. I'll do an intro. This is going to be a YouTube video, but I think it'll be a good time. I haven't done one of these in a while. This is an old series. OGs will remember something I used to do called Coach Luke. It's called Coach Luke or something like this. And so that's what I want to do today. I just want to go over how he's winning, kind of simplify it for all y'all watching. And I think it'll be a good time. Let's get a thumbnail. We have to, unfortunately, Jack doesn't have his ball chasing set up, Mr. Jack. Set up your ball chasing, bro. I have to find other pros, POVs of him. So I'm going to take a screenshot of this and then use this as the thumbnail for the video. Let's do it. Maybe I'll do a screenshot while I'm holding the pause menu. Maybe that would be good. What do y'all think? How do I do this? It's hard to do the screenshot thing while I'm pausing. There we go. I got it. Not easily done. All right. Got a screenshot. Now I got to go to my screenshots. This is a lot of work, y'all. A lot of work. Time for Luke coaching Luke. This will be fun. I'm actually just gonna kill this, and you guys can see what videos are in the works. Let's show this behind the scenes. On what it's like to be a YouTuber. This will be fun because like when I record on stream, which is basically what I'm doing, I'm gonna record a YouTube video on stream. I think it's fun because we have the chat engaging, and then also I have to like actually do a YouTube intro, and you'll see what a YouTube intro actually looks like behind the scenes. They're kind of goofy, which is funny. They're kind of goofy. So I think it'll be a good time. Pull this up. Fozzie says, how are you, Spooky? How are you, Fozzie? How are you, my man? All right. Getting the monitor going on the left. Drinking water like, like ApparentlyJack. Okay, let's pull this up. Trying to get all the assets together. What was I doing? I was working on the screenshot. I was uploading the screenshot as a thumbnail. Yes. Here we go. At least so the stream has a thumbnail, all right? So I should have that there. Let's give it a moment. It's loading all the thumbnails on my second monitor. Reverse the order. Oh my. There we go. Got it. All right. Updating the thumbnails. And now let's gear up for this recording. So how are we going to do this? I need a good replay. Ideally, we're watching a 2s game because 2s are more viral. So he's got these new England games, which are pretty cool, but England versus Netherlands, playing his old teammate. These guys, they're winning. I mean, I'll download it, but the real replay we're looking for is a 2s game. We're looking for him and some clickbaitable EU pros. He would appreciate this. Can we find like a Zen? Can we find a Zen? Archie. Jup private. Yeah, these are all FIFA E. I need some doubles. Maybe I can filter by doubles. Let's see. So let's go all replays. Rank. I only put ranked doubles, but for some reason it doesn't seem to be filtering by only ranked doubles. Can I turn off private? I have to hit filter. Oh, I had to hit filter. Okay. So now it's only ranked, and people don't like duels, they only like doubles. On YouTube, at least. All right, so let's find some big name pros. All these guys are pros, but we need some big namers. Growly, good player. Jack's with Monkey Moon here, up against Tempo and Edge B. Monkey Moon, people know, but he's not a viral pro. I mean, he is, but he's not. He's not a content pro. I want a pro that gets talked about in content. Oli and Jorius is not bad. Jack and Tempo lost this game, though. We're looking for a game where Jack wins, ideally. Hey, these questions of do you pay attention to chat, those bother me. I don't know why they bother. Why do they bother me? It's just because, like, very, like, pick me. I think that's why it is. That's why it is. I'm just trying to, not upset, just trying to understand my own thought process. Like, I always get, like, a little bit annoyed when I get those chats. Like, read my chat, read my chat, read my chat. But I think I got to get used to that. I'm just not used to being a streamer in that way. These are decent. The ApparentlyJack Monkey Moon game is looking like a top pick right now. Or him versus Oli and Jorius, although they lose. Let's see if we can control F and find a Zen in here. Oh, we can. Okay, Jack and Tempo getting kind of shit on by Zen and Moxie. Feels bad, man. Jack and Tempo getting shit on by Vatira and TRK. That's a crazy lobby. It's a crazy lobby. Maybe we can analyze this from Zen's POV. Maybe that would be funny. And we can break down everything that Zen does. How Zen dominates pro scene. But this was supposed to be an AppJack video at the start. A lot of Tempo is carrying the EU replay database right now. Tempo is the only one ball chasing, uploading all the replays. Somebody said, let's do Zen. Of course, everybody, Zen. I want Zen. We want Zen. Okay, maybe we'll check out the Zen one. Let me make sure I have it. So Jack and Joyo versus Abdullah. Like, these are good players. Like, Mozzarella and Raziers are good players. They're not super viral, though. Like, this is a 7-4 game, which is pretty crazy. Might be fun to analyze. Raziers has been playing very well lately. Our coach Freaky at the Rock League Bootcamp, he coaches Raziers. Or has coached. I don't know if they currently coach, but has coached. And obviously they're both German, so 9. So they get along. Jack and Tempo against Monkey and Nwupo. That's a big win for Jack. That's a big win for Tempo and Jack. Tempo is playing hella games with Jack. I don't know if they're trying him out. They might be. I don't know. I might be behind. Maybe they're already teamed. Acro is a good pro, but he's not viral. This might be one of the best. And Jack taking down Nwupo and Monkey again. Oh, wow. 2 taking down. We're going to watch him take down Nwupo and Monkey Moon twice. That could be solid. This one they lost. So maybe we'll pick the one they win. Wow, it was just ApparentlyJack and Tempo versus Monkey Moon and Nwupo all night long. Apparently. ApparentlyJack and Tempo versus TRK. That's a decent game. TRK again, but they lose this one. Hisoka, I don't know who Hisoka is. Who's he? Is this guy playing on an alias? Like, I don't know if Zen's on like an alias right now. Like, if Zen's on an alias, here's Zen beating up on AppJack. Let's see if there's another one of Zen beating up on AppJack. Do we see Zen? Where? No, this is Seizen and Moxie. Jack and Tempo beating up on... Wow, Jack and... Wait. This one they lose to Oli and Jorius. Okay. But they took down Moxie here in Seizen. Where's Zen? So there's one Zen replay there. There's Zen and AppJack losing to Rise and Tempo. That could be an interesting watch. It's apparently Jack and Z. The issue is not all these go pro, right? Trizin, Seizen. Like, not all the replays are public from the pros. I'm training for High Rocks right now, so a lot of my workouts are like kind of CrossFit hybrid workouts. If you want to follow kind of what they look like, follow my IG. It's Luke Hansen RL. I post a lot of the stuff. Jorfino and AppJack. Let's see if I can expand this page and we can find some more Zen, because people just freaking love Zen. They love when Zen's in the title. That's for sure. Zen and AppJack. Actually losing to Sosa and Torres. Oh. Zen. Zen and Velocity beating AppJack. Is there another Zen? I don't want to see Zen. Oh, Zen and Tempo. Zen and Tempo now beating AppJack and Nico. Tempo's in a lot of replays. I don't follow Tempo very closely. What is Tempo highly rated right now? Ah, he's a younger guy. That's why I don't recognize his name. He's young. 07. I mean, 18 young, but yeah, young. Okay, so Tempo has really started doing better this year. In the last year or two. Yeah, he's definitely rising. He's doing good. Who's he playing with right now? Tempo, Edgeby, and Acro. Okay, young team. These guys are going to be good. One day. You recognize all these names. Edgeby. A little older. Closer to my Unk age. Okay. Cool. Let's go back. Somebody said, can we find Zen and Rawas? Let's look up for AppJack here. Obviously, everything's AppJack. I'm a little bit of a dunce. Any other viral AppJack games here? Let's see. No, not really. Reveal, kind of. Jack and Tempo, no. Tempo's uploading everything. So if Tempo's in it, here's Scribbles. Edgeby and Jack versus Tempo and Scrib. Tempo just crazy. I'm gonna save it. Maybe we'll do analysis on Tempo one day. The problem is, like, these guys, these names aren't viral. Like, Jack's name is viral, but these other names aren't viral. Tempo and Monkey lose to Jack and Juke here. We could do a Monkey Moon analysis. This could be a Monkey Moon analysis. Monkey and Tempo. Somebody said do a stream of you playing and then coaching yourself. That could be interesting. Shark. Jack against the Tau. Jack and Joyo here up against Edgeby and Tempo. Those are guys their team. Jack and Joyo. Jack and Vatira versus Edgeby and Tempo. Wow, they win that 1-0. That's interesting. Here, Jack goes down. TRK. Here's TRK losing to Jack. Might be interesting. Oh, this one's better. Nico and Jack versus TRK and Prism. Farah. OG. These aren't huge names, though, that Jack is beating. I want Jack to beat, like, a stacked team. I want him to beat, like, Zen and Monkey would be ideal for the title. Like, that would be ideal for the first game. But can't get exactly what you want all the time. Here's Nas and Steak. I don't recognize Steak, actually. There's a couple pros like Shark, Kramix. These guys are the ones uploading all the replays. And I think we're getting down here into like a little bit earlier in the season. Yeah, this is like from 2025. This is from June. So now we're kind of way back in the year. So these are kind of getting a little old. Ideally, we would look at some newer ones. Ideally, we'd be looking at page 1. See if we can sort by release date. Sort by date. Replay date, last 30 days only. Yeah, I think that Zen game might be the best one. Tempo and Edgeby popping off. These guys are teammates though, and Jack and Monkey aren't. So I get that. These are all last 30. A7MD, who's this? Don't recognize these names. Tempo and Jack versus Oli and Jorius. This is a good game, but they lose. Unfortunately. Yeah, Oli and Jorius are playing well in these. These guys, in this one, Tempo and Jack just go crazy. 7-1. 7-1. Okay, I think we got the best ones. Atao and Juicy. Oh, this is a big game. Oh, this is a great one. Atao and Juicy. This is great. I'm so glad I found this. Digging for gold. Found this one. Apparently Jack and yeah, Tempo's a great twos player. Jeez. They're taking down big names. Raziers and Mozzarella is a good team. Zen and Moxie, they lose too. So I'll want to make sure I get this one. This day was crazy. October 7th. All the top pros were on. Vatira. We can analyze. Yeah, apparently Jack taking down Monkey Moon and Whoopo. Monkey Moon and Whoopo again taking them down 5-2. Yeah, these will be great. That's a huge team to take down. Monkey and Whoopo. Apparently Jack and Tempo taking down Monkey and Whoopo again. This is TRK. Wow. This one they lose. Raziers and Tox. This is a big win. Raziers and Tox. So these are two very high ranked German players. Okay, I think we got through all the big names earlier this month. Hey, Chronic. Chronic and AppJack playing on NA servers, probably. Taking down Talk. Talk's a good player. Apparently Jack and Joyo losing to Gazi. Yeah, apparently Jack and Joyo losing here. No, this one they're beating TRK and Gazi. I'm not sure who this Gazi is. Is he he must be a Middle East pro. We're just prepping for the video right now, guys. We'll get going soon. Just got to get all the all the replays lined up, and then we'll do a bunch of analysis through the night, I think. All right, cool. Some close games. Apparently Jack and Rise, Tempo and Stizzy. Gazzy and Jack winning against Tempo and Stizzy. Tempo and Rise winning against Zen and Jack. That's good at the start of the month. We probably watched those games on YouTube. I probably watched those games on ApparentlyJack's YouTube because anytime he's in a game with Zen, it's just you should clickbait Zen because everybody loves Zen. All right, I think we got some good ones. All of these are really good too. I think I've downloaded these ones like 4 times. All right, cool. Hopefully I didn't miss any that were too good. Where is where is Tempo from? Nice. Congratulations on the wins. Tempo's from Denmark. It's Danish. Or no, Dutch? Netherlands is Dutch. Denmark is Danish. Yeah, I think so. I always get those confused. All right, let's drag all of these now into the replay folder. We got tons of replays to look at. Okay, we're gonna start here by doing an intro about ApparentlyJack, and then we're gonna get into the content. So that's the plan. We're going to start by doing an intro about it, and then we're going to get into the replay with AppJack. That sound good? And then we'll do some replay analysis. So this will be kind of goofy, because if you've never seen what a YouTube intro looks like behind the scenes, you'll see me like pause and go into YouTuber mode, but this is what it actually looks like. So we'll do that. Let's get some lighting on the situation. What colors we got today? We got some reds. Somebody's got to pay my power bill. Power keeps going out. Lights are flickering. Not a good sign. Alrighty. Let's do this intro. What are we going to say about Jack? This is what we're bringing back the Coach Luke series. Which Coach Luke episode is this? Is this... What? Oh, geez, what would it be? Would it be number... Did I stop at number 3? Number 2? Coach Luke. I stopped this playlist a while ago, but I did a couple of them. Where's Coach Luke? Coaching. These are all coaching, but it's not. But where's the Coach Luke series? There used to be a series called like Coach Luke. Free Place Podcast, coaching. I gotta restart that. Playlists. I don't know. If I just sort by oldest, you'll see all my old Fortnite videos. Nice. Here's Coach SpookyLuke 1, Coach SpookyLuke 2, Gimmick. Then you go way down. Then it goes back to 1. Then it goes 2, and then it goes 3. So this should really be 6. Camille, the video guy, if you're watching, I'm going to send you this clip. Camille, my video guy, Camille, I'm going to send you a clip right now on my YouTube channel of this live stream. I swear, I uploaded 2 episode 3s or episode 2s and 1s of the Coach Luke series. If you can go into the channel and do some research and figure out what's going on, that would be much appreciated, Camille. skip to this portion of the stream, whatever this portion of the stream is. How many minutes are we in? 24 minutes in. Okay, I'm sending my live stream to my editor. Hopefully he will, Camille, the video guy, will help with this. All right, what are we going to say about Jack, besides the fact that he's handsome? What should we say? What should we say? All right, let's do an intro. I always just improvise. I just snap into mode. I'm consistent with air dribbling and passing. Is that the OBS multi-stream? This is an OBS multi-stream. Okay, what am I going to say? So I need to click title, confirm. Okay, going live in 3, going live in 2, going live in 1. ApparentlyJack is one of the best pro Rocket League players in the world. And in this video, we're going to break down step by step how he... I actually introduce myself. I'm a high-ranked coach. I am a top-ranked 2v2 coach. I am a top-ranked 2v2 main. I am a top-ranked coach. And in this video, we're going to be breaking down how Jack dominates his 2v2 lobbies. My goal is to simplify all the complicated stuff. I have over 1,000 hours coaching, and I run the #1 coaching company in Rocket League with some of the best pros in the world. And so my goal with this video is to simplify what's happening in these high-ranked 2v2 lobbies. That way you can save time and learn the game sense faster and take it into your... That way you can take it right into your games. All right. Is there anything else? Comment below with who you want to see next. This is episode 6, I believe, of the Coach Luke series that I'm bringing back. Wow. I started this 4 years ago when I was under my high school bed, when I was still a high school graduate. I couldn't even grow facial hair. I don't think my voice dropped. We've come a long way. Let's check out some ApparentlyJack gameplay. These lobbies are pretty crazy that I have for you today. Okay, now we'll cut over. That was the intro. That's how an intro looks. And now we'll cut over into Rocket League. These notifications are annoying. Somebody said mention RLC maybe. I won't mention RLC. It's linked in description if they want to check it out. Actually, maybe I could say, yeah, that's a fair point, Fozzie. I could say, I run the #1 coaching community in Rocket League called the Rocket League Clubhouse with over 1,000 members, and me and my team of pro coaches break down gameplay like this and run group classes, over 14 a month, literally all the time. All the time. How should I say this? I run the #1 coaching community in Rocket League. It's called the Rocket League Clubhouse, and inside, me and my team of pros break down Rocket League and make improving simple literally every day. We obsess about helping everyday Rocket League players like you improve faster, even if you're not a cracked kid. Even if you're not a cracked Zoomer kid. All right, let's get into it. And then we'll cut that intro somehow together. I'll send that to Camille, the video guy. That was a good note, Fozzie. I appreciate you reminding me to mention the RLC. I think that kind of explains what the video is going to be about. All right, let's get into the replays. Let's decide which ones we want to check out. There's some pretty crazy ones with Jack. I'm excited for this. I don't know which ones we should look at. Yeah, I honestly don't know. Let's see. Match history, save replays. Okay. The ones with tempo were pretty crazy, so let's check out some of the lobbies here. This is Tempo and Jack against Edge B. Looks like Jack and Monkey lose here, so let's go next. These notifications are somewhat annoying. How do I shut these down? Just give me a moment. Apologies, chat. Voice and video, notifications. Okay, I disabled all notification sounds. Hopefully that's better. All right, this game we're watching Oli and Jorius. This is a high score. Let's go down. I want to find the one with Monkey. ApparentlyJack and Tempo versus Oli and Jorius again. Let's keep going. This is the same replay as the one. No, it's not the same replay as the one below it. This is ApparentlyJack and Tempo. This is AppJack and Tempo again. These look like the same replay. Oh, they are the same replays. Okay, I can delete one of these. These are both 6.5s. 3-1-4 replays here. Maybe one of these is good. Let's check these out. I want to find the one with Zen in it. Oh, apparently Jack and Tempo versus Sazen and Moxie. Yeah. Him and Jack just beat up here. He beat up on them. We could check out this game. So this one... AppJack replay number 1. So this is number 1 that will analyze this video. Now I have to pick which ones we want to analyze this video. Let's check out this one. This is apparently Jack and Moxie and Zen going crazy. So this is a Zen replay that's crazy. So this is Zen replay going crazy v AppJack number 1. So that'll be a good replay for the Zen video. We want to use that. Somebody says mention how far AppJack up AppJack is. Oh, that's a great point. Let's do that right now. Let's do that right now. It's a great point. I didn't consider doing that. That's a great point, actually. Obviously, many of you know AppJack as a AppJack as a YouTuber and streamer a little bit, but he's also a top pro. He's one of the few top pros that is also a YouTuber. So in other words, he like makes content and he's kind of at the top of the world. And he's at the top of the pro scene. Where do I go into freaking the leaderboard? When was the last time I pulled up the leaderboard? Settings? No. Profile? No. Garage? No. Rocket Pass? No. Play? Guys, why am I dumb? Is it in profile? Career? Ah, career leaderboards. There we go. This is casual. League ranking. Ah, I found it. So it's in career and then league ranking. See, if you're not a pro, you never do this. Obviously, many of you know AppJack as a YouTuber or a streamer, but he's one of the few pros, and I'll give him a lot of credit for this, that is also a top player. You'll see he's ranked top 10 in the world right now in 1v1. In 2s, he's ranked, let's see, a little farther down the list at top 29. I think anybody who kind of knows ball and follows the pro scene will agree that Jack is a top 20, let's say, in the world. Top 25, I think, would be pretty fair. And if you're like a big AppJack fan, maybe you'd make an argument for closer to top 10. But I say all that just to give him credit because I think he's probably the best like YouTuber pro. Like when I think of people who make YouTube videos that like, it's kind of funny. There's like the content bubble and then there's like the pro bubble. And like most of the people at the top of the pro scene don't make content. Like you look at these names, the Rawas, Nupo, Raziers, Juicy. You look at any of these players, Daniels, like Jack, maybe Beast Mode. Zen kind of makes content now, but not really like commentary as much. Jack is one of the best at talking about the game and playing at the game and playing the game at a high level. So he sort of like walks the walk and talks the talk. I think it'll be fun to check out his gameplay. Let's see how he's going. Let's see how he's doing. I mean, you even see like a player like Reddles. Reddles is a little above Jack right now. He'll love that. So yeah, we're going to check out some games. We got some really exciting ones today. I'm pumped for this. All right, let's do this. Figured it out. So Jack is top 20 or top 30 in 2s right now. Top 10 in 1s. Very good player. Very freaking good player. Squishy and Justin are at the top of 3s. Yeah, that's cool. The Unks. Is Jack an Unk? Nah, I think Jack is at the later edge of his career, but he's not an Unk yet. I wouldn't say he's an Unk yet. All right, let's go into match history. Let's go into replays. Let's find which ones we want to look of Jack. No, we're not this. This is Jack and Regzer. Like these lobbies are okay, but I want like I want a viral lobby, if you know what I mean. I want a viral lobby. Yeah, like Zen and Tempo. This is Zen taking down Jack again. Zen taking down Jack again. No, don't delete that. This is Zen taking down AppJack, number 2. I think this is the second game under the Zen tab that we can now put. Zen velocity. What does this game end as? 2-3. Zen is just mashing wall dashes. Zen game number 3 maybe here? See what this replay is. See, I saved a lot. I don't know what these are. This is Jack and Zen. Actually losing to Torres and Sosa. Yeah. Younger guys. Zen's AFK. Oh, he's back. Okay, we're fine. And AppJack losing to Torres Sosa. Need, I think, one more game for this Jack video. Jack and Nico taking down TRK and Prism. Jack taking down TRK 3-0. That's pretty good. This might be game number 2. AppJack and Nico against Farah, and this lobby isn't that competitive. Farah is a good player, but he's a retired coach. I want active pros. Ideally. I think this is the same one. Yeah, AppJack taking down TRK. Whoops. Here's a lobby. Juke and Jack versus Tempo and Monkey. Who wins this? Looks like a win for Jack. Jack and maybe number 3 for Jack. Let's check out this one. Is this the same replay? Yeah, it is. 4-1, 4-1. Yeah, these are dupes. Okay. Tempo ranked doubles win. This is Monkey beating Jack. Monkey Moon beating Jack. These are dupes, so I can delete this one, right? Yeah, delete that one. 7-3. Oh, this is exciting. What lobby is this? AppJack and EdgeB take down Scrib. AppJack takes down Scrib. No, AppJack loses the Scrib. Tempo won this. So Tempo and Scrib beat AppJack 7-3. Okay. Yeah. I think the Ghazi ones are starting to get into TRK land. Yeah, TRK. TRK. Joyo and Jack lose here? Yeah, Joyo and Jack close versus. And this one, Joyo and Jack close win against TRK. Yeah, Joyo and Jack close win against TRK. Chronic and AppJack versus Devo and Talk. Chronic and AppJack. These are dupes. Let's check out this one. AppJack and Zen versus Rise and Tempo. Who loses this one? Okay, AppJack and Zen lose to Rise and Tempo. I think that might be AppJack game number 3. I think that'll be a good one. AppJack, Stizzy, Tempo, Ghazi. AppJack beats Stizzy. Ghazi, RL. He's a Saudi pro. Plays on Rock. Okay. Rock's a good team. Abdullah, Ghazi, and Twiz. Got it. Okay. We're getting close. Getting close to going through all these. Renaming them all. Tempo ranked doubles win. To be Jack, Tempo versus Raziers and Tox. Do they win? Yeah. Let's check out this one. This is the same game? No. They win again. I think I can delete these. Yeah, that's a dupe. Tempo. Tempo and Jack lose to Nwupo. This is a good game. AppJack Tempo versus Osoft TRK. AppJack Tempo win versus Monkey and who? Monkey and Nwupo. This is a big one. We'll definitely check out this one. Win versus Monkey and Nwupo. Huge. AppJack Tempo versus Monkey and Nwupo. What's Tempo ranked doubles win? This is another TRK win. Are these different? Yeah, these are the same. Okay. These are the same. These are the same. These are the same. What's tempo rank doubles win here? Tempo, Jack, win, Monkey, and Upo. Tempo rank doubles win. Cool. This is the same one. We're getting close. Nupo against AppJack, that is crazy. Yeah, we'll check this one out in a second. Tempo rank doubles loss. Let's see this one. We're close to getting started, guys. Just need to rename these last couple. I think we'll go from the top now. I think this Regzer game isn't crazy. Yeah, these are not. I'm trying to find basically what I'm trying to do right now, guys, to commentate my thought process. I'm trying to find the most crazy AppJack lobbies that would be like the best for clickbaiting, and then we can watch those together. This is a threes game. These normally aren't very fun to watch. People, for some reason, people just don't click. People prefer rank 2's gameplay. So like the recap videos just don't do that well. Monkey Moon, Jack losing. So I'm just basically trying to name all these. Find the best ones. This is Jack Tempo beating Oli and Jorius. No, losing to Oli Jorius. Tempo rank doubles win. AppJack Monkey losing to Tempo again. Tempo is a good 2's player. AppJack Monkey losing to Tempo. Tempo rank doubles loss. Let's see this one. Tempo Jack losing to Oli Jorius again. Oh no, these are getting like duped. Like not saving in my thing. Hopefully that worked now. Oli Jorius, AppJack Tempo. What's this 6-5 game? AppJack Tempo, Jorius, Oli. So these are some rematches. Okay. Tempo rank doubles loss 5-3. AppJack Tempo, Oli Jorius. These are the same ones. These are the same ones. Okay. Tempo rank doubles loss. TRK Vatira beating AppJack Tempo. I think we labeled almost everything. No, there's a section of unnamed ones here. We're close. Tempo rank doubles loss. This is a duplicate. This is tempo abject. I swear I renamed this. No. Okay, there we go. These look like the same. Moxie Zen. Abject tempo losing to Moxie Zen. Seven four. Yeah, so it looks like it like duplicates after I create or after I rename it. It often duplicates the replay. Tempo Jack beat Atao Juicy. Oh, that's a big one. Jack Tempo versus, oh, this is a game. Jack Tempo versus Monkey Moon and Whoopo. That's a huge game. Jack Tempo lose to Monkey Moon and Whoopo? No, they win again. Yeah, so that's 2 games. This is Tempo ranked doubles loss. Monkey Moon and Whoopo, Jack. Monkey Moon and Whoopo, Jack Tempo. Jack Tempo beat Monkey and Whoopo? Yeah. Okay, I think we've labeled almost all of them. Jeez. Trying to delete all the dupes. This is 2 3 5 7. Hopefully, when I delete those, it doesn't delete the originals. Don't know why it's doing that, but we'll do it. All right. I'm going to get some fruit to make sure I have some brain fuel, and we'll be right back. BRB. BRB, BRB. Heck yeah. Guys, we got a full bowl here. I got a full bowl of blackberries. I got blackberries here, guys. Look at this. Look at that. We got some blackberries. We got some blueberries below those. You can't really see them, but maybe we can bring some to the surface. You can kind of see them. Blackberries and blueberries both in there. Spread out. So, if as we go through this, I have like blackberries in my teeth, that's okay. We're cool. Okay. You guys ready to get going? Okay. I'm excited. Let's jump into some replays. The anticipation is killing me. Okay, change replay. Let's check them out. Who should we check out first? ApparentlyJack losing to Oli Jorius. They were losing most of those games. I think we need ApparentlyJack and Zen in the title. Zen taking down ApparentlyJack. Zen game versus ApparentlyJack number 3. This is Zen winning. Yeah, I think this is Zen winning. Maybe we look at the Zen Monkey games. Zen Monkey Moon games. I think those could be interesting too. What do we vote? Tempo Jack beat Atao Juicy. That's a good game too. Vote with your comments, y'all. This is Zen and Nico versus ApparentlyJack and Tempo. These are a little old though. These are like May replays. Whereas obviously these ones up here are October replays. These are much more recent. Much more recent. Oh. If I sneeze here. I thought I was gonna get blackberries like everywhere. And for some reason, when I eat, for some reason when I eat, it makes me sneeze. Thank you. Thank you. Somebody said bless you. Thank you, Fozzie. Where are your manners, chat? Where are your manners? Wake up, everyone. I need some bless yous. I need at least, there are 56 people in chat. I need at least 50 bless yous. Guys, that's bad luck. How many of you just watched that happen and didn't bless me? Bad manners. Blue seal. There we go. Thank you, chat. Thank you, chat. Don't mean to get all religious, but thank you. All right. What should we be watching? ApparentlyJack Tempo being Razier's Moxie. Tempo Jack being Atao Juicy. Jack Tempo being Monkey Moon and Whoopo. That's it. We got to start with this one. All right, suspense is killing me. We will watch from Mr. Jackman's perspective. In this game, we have a stacked lobby. We are watching ApparentlyJack and Tempo versus ApparentlyJack and Tempo versus Monkey and Nwupo. 2025 World Champion. Wait, 2025 World Champion. I thought NRG won. Am I tripping? Maybe I'm tripping. I don't know. Anyways, some great players. Some freaking fantastic players. Let's see what Jack is doing in this game. No spoilers. I think he plays pretty well. As always, the goal is to kind of simplify what's going on in these pro lobbies so you can use it in yours. And I will try not to be too disorienting with the cuts. Quick thing to point out, already from the kickoff, just so you guys understand how high rank 2s works. Notice how everybody in this lobby is hard cheating. Hard cheating. This is not relationship coaching, and I would not recommend hard cheating on your girlfriend or boyfriend. What they're doing is they are moving close to the kickoff. They're playing in the box. So for all my Zoomers, you know, Roddy Rich, you got to put the stick in the box. They're playing in the box, meaning like if you looked at a side view and you saw this boost diamond in the middle of the field, when the 50-50 happens, the players are zooming through the boost timing. So the supporting players here, Nupo supporting Monkey and Tempo supporting Jack here, they're almost going supersonic as the 50 happens. This is because high-ranked players know whoever gets first to the kickoff has a massive advantage. And we're going to watch here as Tempo gets this boost. And so the only option Nwupo has here is to throw the ball into the orange side. That way, Tempo has to go back and kind of recover. But this is net positive for the orange team because they're going to get ball. And you see how that works? Because Tempo was hard cheating a little more, and obviously lots of dynamics going with the 50-50 to keep in mind. Orange team's going to start out with ball. Just a simple concept on hard cheating that I think not enough players at the lower ranks understand. So we're going to watch Jack play up here. He's going to get the ball in open space. He's going to grab corner boost as he sees this pinch. What's he doing? Before he goes, he's checking opponents. Notice, and neither Nwupo or Monkey are challenging. So what Jack's going to do here is he's tornadoing into the ball. So what he's trying to do is he's trying to not hit the ball with the corner of his car and bang it at the backboard. That's what a lot of you guys watching would do, and it would be a fine play in Diamond or Champ. But if you throw the ball off the backboard against pros, they're just going to catch it and take possession from you. So notice how Jack is going to tornado spin. He's trying to make a soft hood touch, what's known as a Zen touch. We may see some Zen replays later to get a soft kind of controlled pop that he can follow. Unfortunately, he gets a little over recoiled. Monkey Moon's going to pre, and now Monkey Moon's going to kind of have that touch, theoretically. Not sure what happens here. Actually, that touch was so heavy it beats Monkey Moon, but it can't really create. So this is kind of a throwaway touch, but Jack does a good job of not chasing a dead play. This ball is pretty dead here, so he's just going to make a touch, recover, and get out. In fact, if you ask him watching back, this may have been a slight overcommit, trying to go for the ball again. He may have thought he could get this ball in net. It's kind of miraculous to try to do that. I think most of you guys are better off just taking the opponent's corner boost and leaving. Jack's recoveries are so ridiculously good that he can go ball again, wave dash down, and still get back with boost. But it's gonna get sloppy here. And no, it actually gets him scored on. So it's a slight, oh, never mind. Pros miss opens. It almost gets them scored on. This is a slight overextension on Jack's part. And if he just leaves at this moment after he makes his sort of scuffed first touch, not the touch he was probably going for, here, boost down, right? Go grab this corner boost in this situation. Boost down. In this position, Jack's on the wrong side of the ball. It's pretty miraculous, difficult to score. The easier play is to full leave and give tempo signal to go in. Obviously, I'm no pro. Take my advice with a grain of salt, but I think a lot of you guys would be better served leaving the play and not trying to force those risky plays. He just gets bumped a little bit, and that's almost enough to get them scored on here. I'm actually not sure as to why Nupo can't get this on net. He actually scuffs his touch. I think they both collide with each other. And yeah, Nupo kind of just scuffs his touch. Feels bad, man. So, see guys, even the best in the world miss. And here comes a double reset. No. See, the difference is after you guys whiff, you whiff again. After Nupo whiffs, he goes ceiling air dribble glue touch. But I digress. To recap, we're going to see hard cheat winning control for Orange team. Orange is going to get the ball. Jack tries to control the ball in open space here. Jack is trying to control the ball in open space. He doesn't quite get what he wants. He hits it heavy. Probably bail out and leave in those positions. Jack does an incredible job chaining half flips, holding power slide, recovering back. So many instructive things here, from wave dashing, speed flipping, holding power slide while spinning out into half flipping, landing. But I mean, these are pros, and they're just gonna, once they bump you once, they're just gonna start juggling you. These are, for context, if you guys don't know who Monkey is, debatably one of the best players of all time, still one of the best, and Nupo probably also a top 10 player in Rocket League right now, so this is ridiculously high level. If you forfeit any kind of momentum, get bad touches, it's eventually going to lead to you getting scored on. Here we're going to watch Jack try to play on low boost. He wants to go for that ball, but it's just slightly out of reach. He does incredible speed flip, pre-flip to get the save. He tries to zap dash, but the next save is kind of on tempo. Tempo doesn't get a touch, and so Monkey's going to follow it up. Maybe a slight overextension from Jack, a slight error from Tempo, and these two players are going to punish that. So we're going to watch Jack move to the left boost here. Notice, once again, I'm going to try not to cut back too many times on these replays, but the hard cheat, right? Tempo is getting to the ball first, and it's actually very favorable for Orange. In this position, Nupo just got back to his corner boost a little faster. But you'll see how that hard cheating plays out. Great stacking defense here. So it's important to understand, guys, when you need to jump and when you don't. In this position, Jack, as many of you were Jack, you'd be extremely nervous. Nupo, one of the best players in the world, is air dribbling on you. But notice, what is wrong with Nupo's attack right now? What is wrong with his attack? The plats are like, he's in the air, he should be on the ground. No, what's wrong with his attack is this first touch is actually going into the orange corner. And Jack knows this. So if we rewind here. Oh, I got unplugged. Plug walk. Okay, we're back. Hello? Yeah, we're back. So observant players will notice Nupo's first touch was not central. So if you watch this back here, it's a very difficult first touch. The ball is falling down off the ceiling. Incredibly hard to create here. Nupo's air rolling left. He's trying to resist the knockback of this ball using his second jump to then bounce back to the left. If we rewind this, you'll see he gets this first touch. He air rolls left. He's using the second jump. Watch right here to try to pop his car back to the left and get behind the ball. But inevitably, this ball is not on line with the net. It's going into the corner. So Jack is going to allow the reset here. The best Nupo can do is try to get a pop reset here and hit it right, which he does go for a pop reset, but the ball's falling so fast he can't adequately get the pop that you're looking for on these pop resets. And so Nupo does a great job of running through, but Jack has good patience to recognize that he needs to just delay his challenge till after the reset, and we're going to see Orange get the ball in this position. Obviously, all of the mechanics that are being stacked at this level, you guys cannot replicate in your games. But what hopefully is instructive and pretty crazy that these pros can do is the principles. So the pros are doing crazy recoveries, creating first touches out of thin air, chaining resets. But what you can take is, okay, when my opponent is air dribbling and it's not a threat on net, delay your challenge. Right? And so that's what Jack does expertly here. He lets the opponent cough him the ball, and Jack goes for a catch. Unfortunately, this catch pops, whereas ideally what Jack is probably going for here is a catch that glues to his car. And because it pops, it's going to delay, and Nupo's going to get a bump. If Jack gets a smoother catch there, or probably what he was looking for, that's a 2v1 breakaway, and Monkey maybe getting bumped, demoed, scored on. Tempo's going for a plan B, trying to pogo out of this one. Jack's recovering on the back wall. We're going to see him speed flip, recover back, and this is just another breakaway potential goal. If Blue is a little stronger with their shots, Nupo is just slightly off today. I know, it's like, imagine SpookyLuke, washed Grand Champ, critiquing SSL Pro, like top 10 pros, but undeniably, if Nupo his shooting is on target a little bit more, we're potentially down 2-1. This is very interesting and an instructive moment in the corner that I want you guys to not replicate from Jack. Jack can do this in his lobbies. You cannot do this. So we're going to see Jack rotate back, full trusting Tempo to catch the ball here. So notice, when Nupo gets his boom, and it's going on net here, it's either in or it's not in. So Jack is correctly playing the it's not in path, because if it's in, don't matter. So ball's going to bounce off here. Jack is full trusting Tempo. Notice how Jack pushes up. Past back post. So he's moving to the center of the net, keeping his speed up. Then following Tempo into the corner, full trusting. He's checking behind him, checking Monkey, gathering information, full trusting that Tempo is going to get a beat when he's nervous that he sees Monkey higher than Tempo. So you see how Monkey's up here, Tempo's down here. When Jack is nervous of this, he turns his car back to play backboard against a potential shot. Tempo actually does get a beat over Monkey. So Jack's going to quickly use 2 jumps to recover back down, or use 1 jump, with a tornado spin. Air roll right plus stick left. That's going to get him down. Then he can wave dash and recover and get back into the play. Why am I sweating over this so much? You guys can likely not do this. You cannot push up on the front post because your teammate is not Tempo and he will get beat here. And when your teammate gets beat here and the ball goes middle, you're kind of screwed. Also, AppJack has very smooth corner movement, and so he can move up his back wall, tornado spin, wave dash down, and not be lost, right? Whereas it takes us, at Plat, Diamond, Champ, if you're watching, much longer to catch back up with a play. So, TLDR, if you are playing with your teammate and they rip it over your teammate's head, one, you probably can't full trust teammate. Your teammate might full whiff. So if you're Jack, I wouldn't run into the corner behind your teammate. Jack can do this because he's playing with pros, but you guys can't do this. You guys would be better served slowing down, around this pad and maybe this pad, playing a little bit more apprehensively. Maybe stick your car right here. Stay probably behind your front post. Avoid pushing 2 orange players into the corner at the low ranks. This is not going to work for you, but like I said, Jack knows what he's doing. So just an important TLDR. Does that make sense, guys? How pros can do things that you're not able to do? This is a common misconception. Like people say like, oh, I saw the pro push up to the front post. That's why I'm doing it in plat. Well, you can't get away with that. You can't do what these guys are doing. Does that make sense? Let's break down this movement, and as a little bit of extra credit, I briefly mentioned a tornado spin, so this is just going to be a bonus segment. So how did Jack actually get that movement down from the wall? Many of you are likely confused. If you get stuck in this position and you're overcommitted on the opponent's wall, it's quite awkward, no doubt about it. You get in this position and you're going, how do I get out of this? Well, what a decent option to do is to just use 2 jumps and move back. This is okay, but we don't get a full speed boost back. Now, what you can do here is you can kind of like drive down the wall, jump, air roll, and wave dash. And that is second best option. But what Jack's doing is he's using a tornado spin. So he's pressing air roll left and stick right. Or, in other words, air roll right and stick left. And what that does is as you air roll, it also pulls your hood down. Because our car is starting upside down, as we air roll, a tornado spin from this position on the wall pulls our hood down, right? So this is super useful. Many people understand how air roll left plus stick right, tornado lifts your nose on the first half of the spin, right? And this is useful for fast aerial takeoffs. But on the ground or on the back wall, you have to be aware of your reference points. So now that our car is facing up, this tornado spin drops us, and it puts us in the best position to wave dash. So this is a very common maneuver you'll do. Just make sure, common mistake here is before you take off, don't drive. If you hit R2 here, which is my drive, and by the way, square is my arrow left, circle is my arrow right. If you drive before you do this takeoff, you'll jump up. So it's a very common misconception. When we're stuck on the wall like this, we want our first sort of input to actually be reversing. So our car starts falling down the wall as we, of course I scuffed this. So we want our first input to not be driving up and tornadoing over, because then we run out of air, wave dash time. Instead, we brake tap, jump down, and that's the fastest recovery back to your side. You'll see me chaining speed flips, but show differently with air roll right. I'm going to do air roll right, stick left. It'll look like that. That was closer to what Jack was doing. Is everybody clear on how you chain this recovery off this awkward back wall situation? This is very common, and will happen in your lobbies. Anybody in chat have questions on this? This makes sense. People are having their own sidebars in Twitch chat. Twitch chat. Woo! Smart man. Okay, cool. So hopefully this is making sense. So just sidebar how you do that maneuver that Jack was doing there mechanically. All right, let's go back. AppJack. Oh, shoot. Which one was it? AppJack Tempo versus Monkey and Whoopo. Is that the win? This one? No, this is not it. It's got to be this one. Yeah, I think it's this. Yeah, this. Yeah, so we're going to see Jack shuffle back. Can't quite get out there. Go back. So we're going to see Jack push up into the corner there. He uses that tornado spin recovery. Very nice. Now he's going to support his teammate. This is actually really nice second man positioning from Jack. Obviously, he knows what he's doing. Common mistake in Platinum and Diamond lobbies, what people won't do correctly here, Platinums and Diamonds think you want to move opposite your teammate. So Platinum and Diamond players think my teammate's pushing it into the corner. What I should do, if I'm AppJack, is run across the field and wait for the center here. That is incorrect. The most flexible position is to actually be behind your teammate, supporting if the ball gets hit left or right to the center. So watch how when the play stalls in the corner, Jack actually zigzags left. Notice this. He zigs left to support his teammate tempo here and then recorrects right. Why is he doing this? Well, if the ball were to come middle here, if you're in this position, straight shot at net. If you're in the Platinum or Diamond position across the field and the ball comes here, you're now attacking, and maybe I can help visualize this for you guys. If you're in Jack's positioning and the ball comes middle, you're shooting straight at the net. You have a straight line. But if you're over here, which is what most Platinums and Diamonds do, when their teammate is in the corner, they think they're supposed to be right here. If the ball comes middle, you now have to come around it and do some crazy, miraculous air roll shot. That doesn't work. Does this make sense? So like if you're in Jack's position here supporting your teammate and the ball comes anywhere here, you have a straight line at the net to intercept it. Boom, boom. Ball comes here. You're Jack. Pink line. Boom. You have a straight shot to the net. Versus if you're in the Plat Diamond position across the field and the ball, or even in the midfield, right, and the ball comes middle, the issue is now you have to basically attack against the grain and try to cut it to the right. Does this make sense? So Jack's positioning here is very good. Now, obviously, they're going to get a booming clear overhead, or Tempo's going to look for a pass here, and we don't quite get what we want on Orange team. That pass slams over Jack's head. So not necessarily his fault. He jumps initially and immediately corrects while trying to boost down, catch back up to this play, and not get scored on. Just narrowly make it away. Monkey's going to get a double. Jack's just basically trying to cover angles. At this point in time, after he jumps and realizes, oh, shoot, I'm beat, he uses all of his boost to get back speed flip to maximize his recovery. He's not boosting once he's supersonic, but when he does get in this position, he's guarding angles here if the ball skims center. So he's ready to jump if this is on net. When it's not on net and middle, he knows that the ball is now in his box. Who's on my screen? Tempo? Yes. Monkey? Yes. Where's Nwupo? Likely flying in at this point. So Jack's going to preemptively jump, and he's basically just putting a hand up. He's trying to block all angles. Nwupo doesn't get the finish he wants. Nwupo, actually, his finishing looks like mine in these games. And that's saying something. SpookyLuke haters are like, yeah, you suck, Luke. And so they're going to get away with murder there. Jack does a great job of maximizing his recovery, though, to basically put them in a position to stay alive. Right. Great boost usage. He finally senses there's time here. After Nwupo gets that miss, Monkey's on the wrong side of the ball here with 0 boost. Jack's going to leave. He's going to grab boost, and Orange team's going to be able to recover for a sec. So good movement. Very nice movement. Ball's going to come around the side here. Jack's going to pre-jump Monkey. So this is a pre-jump pinch. So what Jack sees Monkey doing is it's very telegraphed. He's looking for an air dribble. And what are the 2 easiest points to stop an air dribble? Quiz. Chat. Vote. What are the 2 easiest points to stop an air dribble? I'm kind of spoiler giving you one. Let me eat my blueberries and blackberries. Vote in the chat. Show your intelligence, guys. This is going to be on YouTube. Chat, I need you to show your intelligence. What are the 2 easiest points to stop an air dribble? Pop quiz. Oh, Kaz got it. League Clubhouse member got it. Many of you in chat were correct. Many of you voted beginning and the end on the wall before. This is correct. The 2 easiest points to stop an air dribble are before the opponent gets control of it, aka before they get the setup, cut them off at the start here, right? Because they have to let the ball roll. So that's option 1. And option number 2 is when it's at your goal line, right? Because when it's at your goal line, they have to bring the ball to you. That's the most narrow, not ideal, but the most narrow sort of scoring opportunity they'll have. Many folks get lost in the middle, right? When you try to challenge an air dribble that's halfway through, there's a lot of ability to play the ball around you. So Jack does a great job of shutting it down before it happens. Very important at the pro level. He's actually going to get a trade here. Not ideal. Monkey might have a goal. Good spawn, Jack. But yeah, important idea. When your opponent has you beat to the air dribble, it doesn't mean the play is dead here because you can pre-jump them. Monkey has to wait for it to roll up the wall. Jack doesn't. So Jack pre-jumping and challenging is going to be good for him. Jack's going to get a pinch forward. He's going to use a wave dash to recover. He's going to grab boost. That leave is actually a little risky. Here, because Monkey gets a brilliant power side stop here and feeds the ball to the middle to Nwupo. They're in a little bit of danger zone. Monkey's movement is incredible. I mean, you're going to see him play the ball to the right here. It's just incredibly efficient. This is what people have always been saying about Monkey. But Monkey makes his play to the right. He hears Jack jump, so Monkey knows I can't go. But what Monkey Moon does here that most players can't do is this power side, the precision on this power side turn right here is ridiculously hard to do at top speed. He's going to power side turn, stop the ball, get a perfect touch up. Maybe not perfect, but damn near. To eventually be able to play the ball down to his teammate. And Tempo is going to be in a 2v1. Tempo does a great job of recovering, but, I mean, this movement from Monkey is pretty incredible. To recognize that he's beat, power slide, get this touch up the wall, and play it to the middle is very smooth. Jack's going to move to the right here. It looks like he's trying to catch a Nwupo from behind. It's kind of unlucky. It's kind of crazy that Nwupo turns at the right moment, so they get a trade. Jack gets a great bump. Oh! Okay, it's still in. That's crazy. Most of you guys cannot do what Jack does here. Or, well, you might think you can. You might watch Jack and go, oh, I could easily get a speed flip flick over one. But he gets a speed flip flick from a non-settled ball. So notice how Jack catches the ball as it's falling here. So he still gets a flick. Does that make sense? So, like, because the ball's falling, he jumps and flicks it. Even though it's not settled, he gets the flick, which is ridiculous, which is, like, incredible one's knowledge. And then he gets bumped, but notice he's holding power side here. So as he's holding power side, his car keeps drifting to the left. So he keeps drifting to the left, even though his car is sideways, which allows him to jump back into the air, bump Tempo out of the way, miss himself, and then Monkey, no, and Nwupo demos and own goals. I think Monkey would have saved that. Kinda crazy. Somebody in chat says, I hope I get out of silver. Nice. Just do that. LOL. Silver guy is going, yeah, my gold players are going, my gold lobbies look like this. I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do. Jack gets a nice floating challenge here. This is some popular little tech at the high levels. When an opponent gets a flick or an air dribble up, here, Jack really doesn't have a good touch on the ball. So what he's doing is he's tornadoing up, just like we talked about before. Tornado spin from back wall lifts your nose very nicely. Tornado spin from facing backwards on shadow defense also gives you kind of a brilliant takeoff. And then you're facing the ball rapidly. Without tornado spin, it's very hard to compete at these high level lobbies because these margins, you can't get these recoveries on the margins. We actually have a tutorial on this if you go to the RL Bootcamp channel. One of our pro coaches, Freaky, who coaches some players we'll see later in this video, he has a video on how to tornado spin with air roll right. Our one with air roll left, for some reason, is massively more viral, which is funny to me. But Freaky actually demonstrates exactly how to do this takeoff, albeit not at any, like, the ApparentlyJack level, but to at least be able to do this on shadow defense. If you guys want to break down, Freaky used to be a pro as well, to sort of slow this down and learn it for the first time. It's very useful on shadow defense saves. Let me see the moment. The moment here. It's useful. Oh, I'm on reverse tornado spin. That's why he's not talking about it. I was like, why is he not talking about it? You guys were screaming. In-game scenarios. So here, Freaky's going to show using tornado spin off wall, which we discussed earlier. But you're also going to see Freaky use tornado spin while doing shadow defense. This is the exact maneuver ApparentlyJack just did. So it's at 14 minutes. It's on the RL Bootcamp channel. How to do that exact maneuver ApparentlyJack just did. Here, ApparentlyJack recognizes he doesn't have a great clear touch. So he's going to fast aerial up, right? Tornado to get his car facing the ball. Now he's just going to get a wheel touch, and he's basically just trying to float the ball high, right? He's just trying to float behind it. It looks like he actually got a reset. Wow, it's ridiculous. So he gets a reset here, and then he uses a second jump to empty jump himself down to get grounded faster. Ridiculous. Like, the precision of this movement, what you guys don't understand, like, you watch a pro and you go like, I could do this, right? Like, we all go like, I could do this. I could do that. Right? You just hit the jump, flip, score. But the precision is ridiculous. So he gets a first touch here. Watch this. He gets a first touch. He then holds his jump. So he's holding jump to extend his jump timer. For those of you who don't know, you get an extra 200 milliseconds. So he's holding jump to the last second to extend his jump timer. Then he speed flips to then close the gap. So if we look at this from a side-by-side POV, he speed flips to then close the gap to get himself close enough to get a dunk on Nwupo, okay? So he gets a soft touch and speed flips to kind of recover into the ball. He then lands backwards here. He's going to leave ball, get a flick, and then he uses a fast aerial here and a tornado to... Like, the reaction time is just ridiculous. Like, in order to be able to implement this, start to finish, like that tornado timing to get a soft touch, and then I think he got a reset to go down, to get a soft touch again, to flip back, to get close enough to get a 50, land the other way, catch the ball. Like, the rate at which he's making these decisions is ridiculous. And this is what I mean by, like, you need to have that pattern recognition, and you need to have the mechanical toolkit in order to be able to keep up against players at your rank. And if you're just not fast enough here, you can't do what ApparentlyJack's doing. If you don't have that reaction time, good luck. Ridiculous. As I stuff 2 blackberries into my mouth. Don't get any ideas. They're berries. I do like round fruits in my mouth, but that's for the other channel. Okay. I do like big black circular okay, I got it. I gotta focus. This is Rocket League, right? Average age 13 years old. Okay, let's keep it focused. Jack does a great job of delaying here. Wow, this is beautiful movement. Actually, this is really beautiful movement. So I don't think everybody most people don't understand how much pressure Jack is under in this position. It's kind of like you when you're talking to that girl that you actually like. Like, imagine like the girl that like you don't really like. Level of pressure, like you're kind of like, you got game, right? You're like, you're bobbing and weaving in and out of the conversation. You're up there like, anybody seen American Psycho? You're like Christian Bale. If anybody's seen that, you're like Leonardo DiCaprio with Margot Robbie. Like, you can't miss, right? You just got perfect riz. You're like Zacharific with Sydney Sweeney, or literally any A-list celebrity. You're just like, or maybe even Trevor Wallace on one of those. Like, you're just riffing, right? When it's not the girl you like, when she's kind of like maybe a little fat, but when she's okay, sorry, we probably got to edit that one out. But when it's the girl that you actually like, right? You're under a lot of pressure. Okay, that's like this situation here. Monkey Moon, 2-time world champion, is chasing you, and you're in a 2v1 against one of the most mechanical players in the world. What you doing? What you doing? What Jack does here is he's checking Monkey Moon demoing him, and he knows that he can't turn and challenge, because if he turns to the right here, Monkey's going to demo. So he has to kind of like fake like he's turning, and as he starts to turn, he jumps. As he starts to turn, he jumps. So he's vaulting Monkey here. Monkey has to break tap now, and Monkey's going to chase him again. So Monkey's then going to come back around this side, and Jack is just distancing himself from the play here, so Monkey can't get him. And as Monkey tries to get him, where's he going to go? Once again, you can't turn. You can't turn. You're going to get bumped. Where do you go? You go in the net. Because if Monkey goes in the net, Monkey understands the odd that he gets that demo goes down a ton, and Monkey is really out of position. So Monkey Moon's going to bail out at that point. Jack pretty much effectively diffuses the play, baits Monkey to come chase him. Tempo comes in just in time to get a 50. Jack continues to dodge long enough with a final jump in order to be able to get back on net, and then they're scored on. So pretty much you play perfectly, and then you still get scored on. It's kind of what happens at these games. It's kind of like you with that 10 at the bar. It's kind of like, actually, that's a great moral of the story. See, even if you have perfect games sometimes, guys, and you're spitting, she just might not want it. And you know what? It's her loss. Right, chat? Can we get a 1 in the chat if that analogy made sense? Can we get a 2 if the chat in that 2 in the chat if that analogy didn't make sense? Can we get a 3 in the chat if you guys are confused? You don't really know what's going on. We're like half 1s, half 2s. Yikes. I'll put some more balls in my mouth. Maybe it'll start making sense. That usually helps. Great dust from Jack. He's speedy as hell. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. He's dancing. He's dodging. He's ducking. He's dipping. He's dodging. And most importantly, he's ducking. Some craziness right here. Jack's positioning to the left is a little crazy in this position. Maybe he's not trying to get bumped by Monkey. I'm not sure. I actually couldn't tell you why Jack is so far to the left. This seems a little extreme to me. We'll watch from this play, though. After he gets scored on, maybe we can break it down. It's currently 2-2. Jack's going to cheat up here. He only has to use a front flip on these kickoffs because he's closer, so he doesn't have to speed flip. So here he's going to get that speed flip touch up. He gets one more touch forward. He's going to bail out with a reset. Doesn't quite get what he wants, but his recovery is good enough, or his touch is good enough to push the ball that way. Allow him time to get boost. Tempo's going to make a great save. It looks like Jack's going to have time to get boost here. He's going to play up in the midfield. Yeah, I'm not sure why Jack is so far this way. I would have imagined Jack would start to move into the midfield at some point here. Try to get closer to Tempo. Maybe he really thinks Tempo's going to get the ball across the field. They may be in comms, so I don't know. It is a little peculiar that he's just so far to the left. It just puts you in such an awkward position on most outcomes, but Tempo's going to split up the play really well. Jack's going to rotate back. He'll be okay. Jack gets a great beat there. Confidence. Speed flips forward. Landing down. Holding power side when he's landing to always stay with the play. Keep his speed up is pretty incredible. All right, Nupo kind of gets a giveaway touch here. Jack's going to take it to an air dribble. Looks like he gets a reset. He fakes the reset. Saves the flip around 1. How does Monkey get a save here? I think he messes up the reset. But notice how he jumps up. He saves the flip and pushes it as far to the right as he can. It's kind of ridiculous that Monkey saved that. I don't know how he did. Great job recognizing his time here. Uses power slide to get a perfect first touch directly down the pipe, center of the net, which gives him the most outplay ability. Doesn't quite get the shot he's looking for, so he's going to zap dash, speed flip back. Now he's going to stay behind the ball here. He's going to go ground to air, try to push this as high as he can. Well, fakes the high, but Monkey's defense is ridiculous. That player's so good. Jeez. Jack gets a great demo here. Oh, my God flick. What? So he's ground to air dribble. Recognizes that he can't get higher than Monkey here because he's just a little too slow. Monkey already is up. And then the awareness to go high, recognize the high is covered, and then drop low and still get a touch is ridiculous. And then he's looking for a bump on Nwupo. Like, just his reaction time and his flexibility is ridiculous. And then to do that, I don't even know what that was. Ridiculous play. Absolutely insane. And then feed Tempo. Jack and Tempo are rocking. I don't know if these guys are going to be 2's teammates or 3's teammates one day. For those of you who don't know, Tempo, Danish player, very good. Denmark, Danish? Or is it Dutch? No, Netherlands is Dutch. Denmark is Danish. Jack actually gets a great trip up here. So what he's doing is, after he gets this sort of beat on Monkey, he jumps down, he uses wave dash. Notice how he's always keeping his speed up, and he catches Nupo on the way down to stall his save just a half a second, and I think that creates a goal for Tempo. He's jumping here to dodge a Jack demo, and then Jack bumps him just a tiny bit. Either way, leads to a goal. Crazy play. Jack is playing out of his mind. He's incredible. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, I just got like a bad berry. Bad black ball in my mouth. Oh. Oh my. Guys, that was nasty. What happened? I spit that out, and wow, we get a forfeit out of Nupo and Monkey. Wow, I just spit that out, and that was like that just looks so gross. Like, imagine you just like spit out juice, and it's like dark black. Ugh. Nuts. Or in this case, berries. All right, we're going to go off back wall here. Jack's going to try to challenge high. Does a great job of sitting high on the wall. So he's hoping that his teammate challenges here. So this is very hard to understand, but The reason Jack is waiting here is because since Jack is moving with Nupo, Jack is going to be saving the ball with time. Does this make sense? So in this position, when it's a goal line, Jack is better at delaying because if his teammate Tempo puts up a hand, Tempo's saving the ball without time against the momentum, right? Because Jack is shadowing, he's going to have more time on his save. So it's better for Tempo to put a hand up and Jack to make the save as opposed to Jack putting a hand up and having Tempo try and make the save. Does that make sense? Somebody's like, maybe, yes, no. Jack's just in a better position to get the save. So he does a great job of delaying, staying high on the wall. He gets that save out, turns back to the wall here, kind of neutralizing the blue player's attacks very, very well. There it looks like they're going to get a breakaway. And the one of the cleanest games I've seen from Jack. Some crazy mechanics and recoveries along the way. Hopefully that was instructive. Let's get into game 2. Wow. So Tempo and Jack taking down Monkey Moon and Wupo. I gotta say, Monkey Moon and Nupo look insane. Like, Monkey Moon, Nupo look insane. For those of you who don't know, Monkey Moon and Nupo, new power team. Actually, are they confirmed? I think they're confirmed. But they're gonna be crazy in RLCS stuff. Obviously, Jack Tempo. Clearly at the level, if not playing above their level in these clips. Unfortunate. We're going to see a kickoff goal. I mean, debatable that this is a kickoff goal. How do I turn off these goddamn chats? Okay, I got to turn these off. How do I turn these goddamn... text notifications off? Where are they? Somebody tell me where these are in my Discord settings. Does anybody know where I go? Fozzie confirmed. Yeah, Monkey Moon, Nupo, TRK. That's a power team. As well as the Zen, Rawas, Killiers team. I mean, those teams are both nuts. 2 Saudis, 1 European, 1 Frenchman. Where do I turn off this chat pop-up? Don't display. Am I in the right one? How do I turn this off? Don't show me. I don't want to see notifications. I don't know why I get that pop-up. All right, well, I enabled streamer mode. Maybe that fixes it. All right, Camille, the video guy, was helping with the video. I'll message him back in a second. Camille. But we'll watch. On to game 2. Yeah, so it's confirmed. Fozzie said Monkey Moon, Nupo, TRK, 1 Frenchman, 2 Saudis, power team, just like the Zen, Rawas, Killiers team. Pretty nuts. But Tempo and Jack are playing out of their minds, to their credit. We'll watch Jack here on the blue team. We're going to get a rematch in this game. Let's see what happens on the kickoff. We'll see Jack cheating up on the kickoff, playing really close. Ball comes off. He's trying to chase after this ball. Can't quite go. Notice these hard cheats, guys. If you can incorporate anything like quick fix into your game, notice how close these pro player cheat. I know like people in your lobbies miss the ball, but the closer you can be, the better, within reason. So if your teammate is consistent at hitting the kickoff, position as close as you can. I'm conscious like people just miss the ball at the low ranks, which makes it challenging, but whoa, it's such a weird touch. He gets a wheel touch accidentally, maybe intentionally. So I know you can't hard cheat at the low ranks. Let me just finish that thought. But as close as you can, definitely don't be going back corner boost. unless you're calming it. Definitely don't sit on your own goal line. I see this happen a lot at the low ranks. You want to be cheating up on every kickoff. And by cheating up, I mean moving closer to the location of the 50-50, just like you would in any other 50 on the field, right? You want to be closer, especially when it's slow moving and it's predictable in these ways. Jack's going to have a nice read here. He plays the ball up to Tempo. Tempo just hadn't quite recovered. If Jack can play the ball a little bit out left, might have a chance. He's going to get a reset and try to chase. Can't quite get what he wants. Tempo and Jack are just juggling the ball around these. Oh my god! What? Like I said, like some people think Jack is a content creator pro, and like obviously he has a huge fan base on Dignitas, and when he was on Dig, and now he's on GK, I'm sure he'll always have a huge fan base just because of who he is. But I don't think you can make an argument that Jack isn't still a top 20 pro in the world, and some people might even say top 10. I don't think you can make an argument. Like, his performances are just so consistent. Obviously, he didn't get the Worlds result they wanted this year last year, but yeah, he looks out of his mind after Worlds this year. He's looking really good. Touches. Joyo's rubbing off on him. Doesn't quite have the Joyo finishes, but in due time, his game sense and reaction time and just his movement is just incredible. Specifically, like, if you want to play like Jack, you need to have this level of recoveries and movement and boost control that he does. Like, just, it's just like this touch. I just don't think a lot of people understand how ridiculously hard this touch is to make. You have to hold jump. He's in this position. This looks like a tornado to me. It looks like almost like a air roll down left, air roll right down left, air roll right down right adjustment to go up and left, and to get this touch on the corner of your car and then be able to follow it into a controlled air dribble. Obviously, he doesn't get a scoring opportunity, but just that first touch and that whole setup was just so ridiculously hard to create from. You can't really blame him. His teammate overcommits in that instance a tiny bit, but we'll keep watching. My mic better be recording. Is my mic recording right now? I just had like a heart drop moment where I'm like, is my mic not adequately picking up? No, it should be. Better be. All right, let's go back. What happened? So they get kickoff goal. They kind of overextend. Tempo overcommits. Jack doesn't get the follow-up he wanted on the air dribble, which kind of gives the ball away. Unfortunately, he runs out of boost. Wonderful play from Jack. Beautiful double. Ball comes to him perfectly on kickoff. He gets a nice first touch forward. He actually jumps below the ball and then he uses the speed flip to catch back up. Play it for a double. Monkey might have had a touch there. Nupo tried to put a hand up, bump him from behind, but can't hit Jack from behind. Jordius won't allow it. Not Jordius. Jordius. That was an awful joke. We probably have to cut that one out too. We really, yeah, we gotta. Hopefully most people don't understand these jokes. Maybe you do. Does that make it worse? Better? Who knows? Great double from young Jack. Carry on. Jack's going to go back, grab corner boost. Tempo's playing up here. He's supporting a second. Trying to play flexibly in the middle, although it's very hard to create here. This is a very nice corner read. Notice, I notice when I coach a lot of players, they're often like, Luke, where do I go when my teammate has the ball in the corner? I think this is a great play to replicate from Jack. So pay close attention here, frame by frame, how Jack shimmies, how he's moving left and right, how he's dodging around on his feet while this play develops. So here he's seeing Monkey's kind of coughing the ball. Tempo's going for a challenge, so he moves in. After Tempo gets this first touch, it looks to me like Monkey's closer to the ball, right? And it looks like Monkey maybe has the ability to take this ball up the wall. So notice how Jack is posturing a little more passively, slowing down in the midfield, just holding on to boost. He's very flexible. He's not close to the play right now because while this ball is rolling up the backboard, very easy for this ball to get boomed away. So Jack is not really positioning close in anticipation of a pass. He knows that if a pass comes down here, Nupo has an easy save. and he's not really going to have a scoring attempt. So notice how Jack's just playing flexibly, positioning sideways. He is covering the options, but once he gets his lane, now that the ball gets played around Nupo, now Jack knows that he's in power. This ball is bouncing towards him, even though Monkey is, let's say, closer to it. Because the ball is bouncing away from Monkey, Jack gets up early. He's trying to make a wheel touch up. He actually doesn't quite get what he wants. He kind of gets tripped up by Monkey. Weird 50. But my point is, Jack's positioning a second man here is super instructive. Super, super instructive. I teach this to my students. When we're supporting our teammate, we don't want to be across from them. Most low-ranked players would run across the field and sit on the left side of the play here. Incorrect. Instead, you want to get behind your teammate, supporting them flexibly, and as the play moves over, you can move over. But notice how Jack is always behind the play, facing the goal. So if the ball were to come out here, he has a shooting angle. He has a shooting lane. Make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. Also a very nice understanding of the ball bounce and who has first touch to jump up early there and try to get a dunk. He doesn't actually get the touch he wants, but the thought process is correct. Brilliant save, honestly. Monkey's going to try to stall time here, which it looks like he will. Jack's putting in reverse, trying to dodge bumps, and that's just a kickoff goal. Feels bad. Oh, it's not a kickoff goal. They're fine. Wow. This is a crazy save from Jack. Really just good use of recoveries all around. Notice how when Jack is low boost, he gets the save, he flips, wave dashes, speed. Like, that happens in such a small amount of time, but I don't think you guys understand how precise these recovery movements are. Just to execute this sequence. Jump, turn right, tornado spin, get the save, front flip, cancel to land on the wall, jump down, wave dash, speed flip to get back to supersonic. Don't think you guys understand how precise that movement here. The only thing that we'd probably want to see here from Jack is for him to break tap sooner. That being said, if he did break tap sooner, he may have gotten demoed by Nupo, so hard to say. Pretty flawless movement. I can't believe Tempo reads that bounce too, stays behind it. Tempo throws the ball forward there. He's going to stay with it. Jack's just supporting behind. Jack's positioning as second man, guys. You have to, if you're going to learn anything, I know we can't do a lot of the mechanical things. I certainly can't that Jack is doing. But one thing that I always love when I watch pro gameplay and that you can absolutely learn from and immediately steal in your game, second man positioning. So positioning when your teammate has the ball in twos. Notice how Jack is following his teammate into the corner, but once again, he's not central. He's getting behind his teammate, keeping his shooting lane open, and as the play slows down, he slows down with it and starts positioning his car sort of more towards the net. So he's always in a flexible position, covering his teammate, ready for any option. He doesn't chase into the corner, per se. He stays in the midfield, but he's perfectly behind the ball. When it's over here, he's here. When it's here, he's here. When it's here, he's here. Like, he's in sync with the play, and that's what allows him to apply so much pressure and obviously perform so well in these games. Here, Tempo looks like he's going to cut in. Jack's going to play back. He'll play off the backboard. Actually get the touch off the backboard, which is nuts. He's going to get a reset. Oh, my Lord. Wow, when he had the flip. Oh, he uses it right at the end. He almost has it. He's trying to fake Monkey, and like he doesn't have the flip, and then use the flip, which he almost gets, which is nuts. Like, these touches are just nuts. I wouldn't even have thought to make a touch like this. I would have thought to catch the ball and then try to air dribble it out. But what Jack does is he actually uses the bounce. He uses the bounce to get his first touch. So he's not catching the ball and then jumping. He's jumping before the ball bounces off the wall for his first touch, which just gives him this glorious high lofted first touch that he then speed flips after to get out under the ball. Like, this is just, this level of movement is, and the precision here is ridiculous. This is a twist flip, by the way. He's playing after the bounce to get the perfect first touch. He tornado spins his car to lift his hood up after he gets the touch, or to drop his hood, excuse me. So his hood is facing up here. He's going to tornado spin to drop his hood down as he arrows right. So arrow right, stick left. Now he's in line. He's lining up the top left corner of his car. He's going to twist flip to the left. So he's speed flipping left, canceling down. And he's letting go of that cancel. So look, the speed flip's being canceled. He lets go right there. Look how his car twitches up. That's because he let go of the cancel. And now his nose is upright. So instead of speed flipping and staying tucked the whole way, he speed flips, lets it cancel, and then his nose twitches up like this, which is ridiculous, which allows him to get this perfect first touch while being boost efficient enough to have 30 in the take. He uses these 30 to perfectly make these touches, grabs the reset while hitting the ball up, uses 12 boost just to keep his car as high as he possibly can. Very challenging to do this effectively. And he's almost faking Monkey, but Monkey is just, his defense is ridiculously good, and somehow he doesn't get faked by this. Monkey goes high, recognizes that Jack doesn't have it, drops low, and Monkey's able to make a save. But great try from Jack, and Tempo might be able to follow it up. No, close. It's not going to result in a goal, but that level of like solo play creating is just ridiculous. And like you see from pros that are really at the top of their game, like Jack is, like any pros like at the top of EU has these movements. Like some NA pros still don't have this, but obviously Jack has it, Joyo has it. You look at Oli, Oski, Monkey, you look at any of the Frenchmen, the Zens, the Vatiras, the Exotics, they all have this like this ridiculous back wall control. And you'll just notice, like, look, like, the reads here from everybody in these lobbies, even our Denmark player here, are ridiculous. And somehow that doesn't go in. What? Ridiculous. Jack supporting Tempo here. Knows Tempo's getting over one because it's so hard to defend that. Jack's probably kicking himself for not getting a better strike. But Nupo's save is also ridiculous. Like, how do you even predict this as Nupo? How do you block this? Well, what does that say from Nupo? When did that happen? That happened after. Okay. So Nupo gets this clear out. He goes for a shot on net. He doesn't quite get what he wants, so it bounces low. So he has to go back. Tempo gets a great save. Monkey's going up to try to force. Jack slots it. Yeah, I mean, Nupo saves. He's going to play this bounce. He gets a beautiful touch. He uses the empty jump to get back around it, the ceiling to recover, and somehow Tempo still splits it up from behind. It's ridiculous. The level is ridiculous. It's like, you don't realize this when you're watching the game in present, but the amount of, like, the threats these guys are putting up, and most of them don't even go in. Like, that play from Nupo would be like, if I just even recovered in that way, I would just be amazed. Jack's going for a Zen touch here. Or not a Zen touch, a Daniel touch. Speed flip, twist flip, and into continued carry. Like Daniel's highlight reel clip. Madness. Jack's going to get a catch here. He tries a speed flip, twist flip, leave it at the end, and he just doesn't get his car around in time. We're going to come back to this replay. This Tempo Jack game in a moment. I want to show you guys this twist flip setup because I think it's instructive. I keep saying, like, Jack is using these twist flips. He's using these twist flips. You guys are probably wondering, like, what is a twist flip and what is Luke saying? So what a twist flip is, many people know what a speed flip is, right? Where your nose stays tucked the whole time. So you'll see me speed flip up left, cancel down, maybe even a little down left, but you'll notice that my nose stays tucked the entire time. So the reason the speed flip is so useful is because your nose faces forward the whole time, which is why it's the fastest flip in Rocket League. It enables you to boost throughout the flip. Okay, many folks know this. Twist flip, on the other hand, is a variation of a speed flip. And so you're using the same foundational speed flip motion, but especially useful on the back wall. If we twist flip from here, our nose is now facing back up at the ball, right? And we can sort of continue our carry longer. I'll let this one play back. But it's useful when you're going from flat, like back wall here, to then you want your nose immediately facing up to air dribble the ball. And so to kind of chain this together, or to show you what this looks like, you're speed flipping, but then you're letting go of the cancel at the end. So instead of saying tucked, we're speed flipping, we're letting go of the cancel at the end. It sort of whips our nose back up. You should think cancel, let go of the cancel about halfway through. Yeah, about halfway through. Maybe a little less than halfway. But these are particularly useful, like I said, for air dribbling. You can see like how that might be intuitive for you if you're a high ranked player to go from here and to then be air dribbling. I got a little bit heavy of a first touch. I'll try to show this again. You get this touch. Here we're twist flipping, which gets us a nice touch forward, and then we're in a position where we can potentially create. So that's the concept. Any questions on kind of how this twist flip is working or why it's useful? Somebody says that makes more sense. Nice. Making sense. Particularly useful on back wall setups. Very common that folks will use the twist flip setup for things like this. Going here. I'm messing up my setups. See if we can get a good example for post. For the edit. Camille the video guy if you want to use this. Can't quite get a pop reset. That's what I'm trying to demonstrate here. But you can see how a speed flip would be useful from this sort of position. Pop reset would be useful. Not a pop reset, excuse me. Twist flip. Twist flip from there. And I'm no pro, so I can't quite get what they're doing. But I can at least demonstrate here. And kind of give you guys the idea. Yeah, that's the idea. Maybe I'll change to a good pack to practice this. I'll go to my favorites. This is Pop Reset. I use this on my Pop Reset tutorial that's live on the main channel, or it should be live when this video goes live. This is very useful to practice. You can practice this back wall shot here. Hit the ball up. Very common. Hit the ball up. One touch. Jump out. Twist flip. And see, like, you guys, I don't think you guys understand the level of precision that these pros have. Like, I'm a good player. I'm like, you know, top 0.1% or whatever, like second highest rank in the game. Like I'm rated very highly, but like the level of boost control they have, like I can do the mechanic, but many folks who are like more mechanical than me are watching going like, Luke, you're doing everything wrong. Like the level of precision you have to get these touches and not just get them, but get them downfield with boost by the end of it. It's just, yes, it's kind of ridiculous, the level of precision that these pros have. Like, you'll see me get some setups, but I can't nearly do what these guys are doing. And I'm running out of boost every time I do it. Yeah, it's just absolutely insane what these guys can do. Do one more example. Almost. One more. Trying to get a pop reset example for you guys. It's okay, but can't quite. Watch the pop reset tutorial on the main channel. I gotta clearly hit the packs more to be able to show you guys this stuff. See, like, I run out of boost by the end, and somehow Jack's getting it downfield and higher and using less boost on his setup, which is just nuts. There, 1 in 10 times I can get it. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. How they do that. You can see why a twist flip would be beneficial, though. Nuts. Yeah, I see. I can't even get it downfield. Madness. That would maybe go in my games. Would not even a chance it would go in these pro games. Not even a chance it would go in. The level that these top guys are at is so ridiculous. Like, how do they do this with such precision? Just automatically. There we go. My 1 in 20 attempt. My 1 in 20 attempt was nowhere near as good as Jack's. Just everyday attempt. Crazy. And I'm like, obviously, obviously I can't compare myself to him because he's like 100 times better than me, but I'm 100 times better than most of you watching. So he's 100 times better than me. I'm 100 times better than you. Just put that one in perspective for a second. Nuts. Nuts. All right, let's finish this game out. AppJack. Where is AppJack here? I think we're on this game. Does this car look right, guys? No, this doesn't look familiar to me. Oh, it wasn't him. This doesn't look familiar to me. I think this is the second game we watched. Yeah, this is the second game we watched. We watched all these clips of Jack. He gets this crazy save. Reset, can't quite score it. Doesn't get the best placement on the shot. He's probably kicking himself, and then he's moving back here. Nupo goes high. Tempo cuts it, which is brilliant. Jack reads. Wow, I just have to, just even to get back in the swing of things is so hard. Like, to just understand what's going on in this lobby. This is brilliant. So what Jack is doing here is he's reading that Tempo has hit the ball up. He recognizes that there's no threat, and he goes, okay, Nupo's landing. I bet he wants that boost. So even though Jack has 100, he immediately goes, I gotta grab this. Don't let Nupo get it, which is brilliant. It forces Nupo to leave here, to play low. And Jack goes for that sort of Daniel setup where he's trying to twist flip, but the animation doesn't finish in time for him to get the touch he wants. However, even when he's messing up, like, it's ridiculous. Even when he messes up, he gets a bad touch. He's holding power slide, smoothly landing, getting a 50. Doesn't get the 50 he wants, but then he half flips back down using boost to land smoothly. It's just mad. Tempo slots at bottom left. Literally couldn't have been a better shot. Nupo can't reach. Madness. The level of precision these guys are at is just nuts. Jack's going to cheat up here. He's playing fast, looking for a demo. Doesn't quite get it. Monkey's going to go on net. He has to go high here. He goes high. This is, see, my GC3 brain would have got demoed. I thought he has to go high here or to get the save on Monkey. But Nupo knows that Jack has to go high, and Jack knows that Nupo knows that Jack has to go high. So Jack goes low, dodging Nupo, putting him in a position to play the next ball. Madness. We'll continue to see, like, textbook supporting from Jack, guys. Notice how Jack supports in twos. He has 20,000 hours in Rocket League or something like this. So he knows how to position in twos better than you do. He follows his teammate. He's wiggling his camera based on where he thinks the 50 is going to go. When he thinks that Tempo doesn't have a play, he's going to move behind Tempo to support him. Not out to the midfield, behind. Then he drifts middle. But he knows at any point here, he can't really go. He can't really go because Monkey is so close to the ball. Nupo is so close to the ball. The only way Jack can go is if the ball comes back out to the midfield. So he stays back, which is disciplined, right? And stays in a strong enough position in order to get a save and then clear this out. Wow, the boost efficiency is nuts. He gets the save, and once he gets the save, he recognizes here that there's no threat, and so he's like, I'm just going to hold on to my boost. So he saves 22. And then that 22 almost allows him to play the ball around Monkey. Certainly helps him in this position. Wow, that touch is ridiculous. Midair. Backwards takeoff, tornado spin. Get the touch. Ugh, nuts. Disgusting. Ew. But yeah, the only thing that could have changed here, I mean, maybe he's trying to play the ball. Because it's a breakaway, he gets really close to the play. If he would have hit the brakes here just a little bit, obviously, it's so much easier to say this in hindsight. He's probably in a better position to later follow up this shot. That being said, probably wouldn't be able to score a ball like that anyways. His touch was about as good as you could ask for in that situation. But he does chase super aggressively into the corner. Why did he do that? Why did he chase so aggressively into the corner? I guess he's chasing so aggressively because he sees Monkey backwards and Nupo backwards. So he knows a booming clear can't really come here. He's just trying to line himself up in case there's a shot opportunity. Pretty smart. He's going to move back. Jack's going to grab corner boost. Ball's going to come way out. Should bounce off backboard. He might have to make an outplay touch here. He fakes. Gets Nupo. He's going to go ground air, dribble bump. Feels bad to be Monkey Moon here. Yeah, unsavable. Unsavable. You literally can't save that. Ridiculous. Fakes Nupo. Gets a ground air, dribble on Monkey. That'll just be him. Ground air. Uh-oh. Oh, Jack is filthy. What? Forfeit. Jack is nuts. People don't think, like, I don't know. A lot of people don't know ball. Okay, so maybe I'm just saying this because I just know that most people don't know ball. When I say no ball, I mean, like, know who's really good in the pro scene. Jack is nuts, man. His ability to stay on top while doing content, while doing everything he does. I know I'm glazing the guy, but like if you're watching this game, you're going, wow. And this guy makes YouTube videos like freaking daily. Nuts. Nuts. It's absolutely playing out of his mind. We're going to go into game 3, Jack versus Nupo and Monkey Moon. Game 3. I think they play 4 games. Let's see if we watch all 4. Ball's going to jump higher. No, we watch this one. This is the one they just won 5-2. They played 2 more. Okay, in the next 2 games, Monkey Moon and Nupo beat Jack and Tempo. So we haven't watched those, but we've watched the 2 where Jack and Tempo beat Monkey Moon and Nupo, which is this one. And this one. We've watched these 2. We've watched the 2-4 and the 5-2. So Camille, the video guy, if you're watching in hindsight, it's the October 4th ones at 10:44. They win these 2. The first ones, they lose. I think. Oh, wait, no. 1, 2. 10:44, 10:37, 10:32. Okay, Monkey Moon won this. Oh, and then they win this one, too, at 10:24. It was 10:24, 10:32, 10:37, 10:44. So Jack and Tempo won 3 of the 4 out of the series. We'll show the other 2. So Jack wins these ones too. Yeah, so Jack and Tempo won these ones too. We're gonna stop at this point because we've already been analyzing for 2 hours. But if you guys want more AppJack analysis, comment below. We've got 2 great games here. Camille, the video guy, it was these 2. Jack and Tempo on October 4th. The last 2, Jack and Tempo were peaking at 10:44 and 10:37. And then 10:32 and 10:24, we will watch if you guys want to watch. I think there's a game where Nupo and Monkey Moon win. And another where, and then a close game 4. So we can analyze those in a future video. If you guys want me to check it out, I'm happy to check those out. But until then, thank you so much for watching. Join me in pros on a completely 30-day free trial to get more analysis like this. I am actually coaching, looks like tomorrow. Yeah, we've got over 14 events a month in the League Clubhouse. I've got an analysis tomorrow where I'll look at your gameplay. That's at 11 a.m. EU time. And then we got one at 5:30 on Monday too. So we support NA and EU folks. I've got a casual game night. We've got member-led game nights. We have pro coaches like Freaky, who coaches some players we'll watch later. Torment, former world champion. Shock, playing private games with you guys. Former North American MVP. So it's a good time. Pop out. Thanks so much for coming to the replay analysis today, guys. That was freaking awesome. AppJack is nuts. Go support AppJack stuff. Thanks so much for watching, guys. We'll have another video on screen. Welcome back to Coach Luke. Comment below with what pro you want to see next. Jack. I think we had Monkey in there. There are some Vatira games. Yeah, I don't know. Thanks so much for coming out, guys. Appreciate you.